Hi everyone, I'm not going to open the video in my usual way because this video is going up on both of my YouTube channels. It's going up on the BrickNut30 channel as well as the Life of an Englishman channel because I want the views of all my subscribers on, well, over both channels, because this little project I've got in mind will, in a positive way I hope, affect both channels. As in, make some improvements and make things a bit easier for me to make better content, I hope, for both channels. You get an itch at the worst possible time, don't you? Anywho, before I get into that, I just want to apologise to my subscribers on my Lego channel, on the BrickNut30 channel, for the lack of uploads for quite a few months now. I think I've only done like 2 or 3 uploads this year, and we're, what, 6 months into the year now, so I'll explain more on that as we get into the video, because otherwise I'll be saying the same thing twice. So, let's get started, shall we? You may remember that I'd mentioned, I think on both channels actually, that I wanted to move from this flat to have some, you know, in a little bungalow with a garden, or a little one-bedroomed house somewhere with a garden. So I could set up a shed or something in there for the Lego or the railway, whatever I chose. I'd have the extra space in the attic as well. However, I've decided to hold off on that for a couple of years at least. Mainly because, with things as they are at the moment, you know, with a certain viral thing going around, even though things are looking a bit better at the minute, it's messed up a lot of daily things, and my mum has been trying to do a mutual exchange, which you can do here in the UK if you're renting through a housing association, for the past 6 months, and they're actually trying for the second time, because the first time their landlord, or their housing association, which is the same as mine, messed it up big time. Anyway, so it just felt like it would be too much of a faff at the moment and too much stress to actually do it, and it would take ages to sort something out anyway, so I thought I'll hold off for a couple of years at least, and I'll just make the best of what I've got at the minute, basically of this space and the brick shed outside. Unless I can talk my mum and stepdad into me getting a shed and putting it in their garden when they finally get to move. That would actually be great. Anyway, the plan. And I am open to ideas. If you think I should do something different, leave it in the comments below. If you've got a better idea, or what you think is a better idea, let me know in the comments. This is why I'm doing this video. I want input. But anyway, my idea is to build a purpose-built work area, because I've got at least 3 different hobbies that actually would benefit from that. You know, building Lego models. At the moment I've got no bench apart from here to build on, and that is quite cramped. That is why I've put off, you know, trying to live stream building something or live stream repairing something, because I just can't get the angles here with the camera, and I haven't got the room. So that's what I want to do. I want to build a purpose-built little work area. It hasn't got to be gigantic. However, the only space I've got is currently occupied by a ton of Lego, mainly because I've got nowhere else to put it. And that is one of the reasons I felt unmotivated to put any content up on my Lego channel, because it's all stacked up the corner there, or up that end of my lounge, see? All sort of hicklety-picklety, there's no real order or anything there. And I've tried to build, you know, with it all up there, and it's difficult. It's difficult. I have to keep moving things around, because I've got, you know, containers stacked in front of containers. Yeah, that's just put me off, basically, from doing anything related to the Lego channel. So what I need to do, because that's where I want to put my workbench, I need to rehome that lot somewhere. And I don't mean sell it, get rid of it, I mean rehome it somewhere in the flat, or even outside the flat. The only space I've got outside the flat that would be suitable is the outside closet, just outside the front door. That would actually be perfect for this, because I could put shelving up either side of the door, and then organise all that lot up either side, so I could just write out a parts list here of what I need to build a project, go out there and get them, and then bring them back. It would be... sounds simple in principle, doesn't it? Sounds great. Whether that would actually work in practice, I don't know. Things always sound great in theory. Anyway, that's where another problem lies. I've got a very large collection of these things on shelves out there, which would need to be moved before I could put the Lego in there. That closet also doubles up as storage as well, but that shouldn't be a problem. The only other storage I've got is the brick shed downstairs, which is actually full of other roadwork related stuff at the minute, which I think if I have to I could part with, I could get rid of it. There's a couple of bits that I do really want to keep, but I think a lot of it, if I have to create room, I'll get rid of it, I'll ditch it, give it away, whatever. But what I would need to do to get them lamps into that brick shed, I would need some racking or something in there, so I could sit all these lamps on it. In fact, I would actually prefer that. But at the moment, there's 5 bikes in there. There's over 100 traffic cones. There's 1 vintage moped, and I've got to somehow get another vintage moped in there at some point. And a bunch of other crap, basically. Yeah. Actually, a lot of the traffic cones are actually stacked out. Excuse me. They're stacked out of the way anyway. And I think I would actually only need racking down one side of that shed, maybe down the back wall as well. That should be enough to house my lamps. Because it would actually create a bit more room than what I've got in here, actually. So that's what I want to do. I can't think of any other way around it. What I want to do for a bench, my idea is I could just have a permanent bench that, you know, is out all the time, but I was thinking of doing something similar like I did with the model railway, where the model railway folds up and I've got 2 catches mounted on the ceiling so I can lock it in place. That gives me the room back when I'm not doing anything with the model railway. That was the whole point of it. I've actually got that down at the minute because I've been having a bit of a tinker. So I was thinking of doing that with the bench up there, so I'd only lose the lounge space when I'm working, because when I'm not doing anything with it I can fold it up out of the way. But I was also thinking of installing like pigeonholes, I suppose, like little shelving thing on the back wall just to put all my little tools and things in, brushes and screwdrivers, and because I plan to use it not just to build Lego on, but to restore die casts, because I really miss doing that at the minute. But the amount of overspray, because I didn't have a proper spray booth and I was doing it in the kitchen, that got all over the kitchen, even though I tried covering it with an old blanket. I'm not doing that again. So I want to get a proper little spray booth. In fact, I could just borrow my stepdad's. Actually, if I could find it, he would probably let me borrow it now, because he's not using it. He's got nowhere to use it at the minute. Plus, I'd want to get myself a little air spray, a little airbrushing gun as well. But I would also use it for like the Model Railway stuff, to assemble buildings and things on there and make my little trees and things up. Because at the moment I've got nowhere getting apart from here to actually sit and do anything like that. Plus I'd want to set it up so I could have a camera permanently set up over there for, you know, specific filming use over there. And maybe somehow I could rig it so I could live stream from over there as well. Even if I have to run cables across the floor, then so be it. Sure, there was one other hobby I had that I would needed that bench for. Oh, repairing things, such as little radios and whatnot. I've actually got one in bits under the desk at the minute. It does work, sort of. It works when you turn it on, but then after a few seconds the volume fades away to nothing. So there's obviously an amplifier issue there somewhere. It's not the control knob, the volume control knob. I've cleaned all that. So it's in bits at the minute for me to look at when I feel up to it. But yeah, just repairing little things like that. I enjoy doing that, so maybe I'll buy some circuit kits on eBay. You can get all sorts of funky little kits on there, cheap as anything. Actually, I could do with buying some of them just to practice some soldering on, to be honest. My soldering's not the best. It works, it gets the job done, but it's not the best. Need a bit of practice. So yeah, I don't know if I want to make it so it folds up. Obviously if I made it so the bench folded up out of the way when it's out of use, it wouldn't fold flat against the wall, because I would have that space there for the shelving and pigeonholes and things to store all my bits and bobs in. Which is not a problem. I can mount a latch up on the wall just like I did in the ceiling in the bedroom. But I'm not really sure if I need to do that, because I actually haven't got much else here in the lounge, have I? Still got a nice big space down the middle. Even if I had the bench, even if it only came out as far as the current two sofas do, that should be more than enough room actually. Actually, way more than enough space. I don't need it quite that deep. Because I've just realised these sofas don't go flush up against the wall either, because the way the legs are designed. I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I do? I could also put some improved lighting up there. I've got some big old fluorescent lights, so I could mount one of those up on the ceiling specifically for a work light over there. Just like I've got these spotlights up here just for some extra lighting. You know, there would be so much benefits to doing this. I want to get this boarded up as well, so I can put some more shelving up in here. Actually, I'm not sure I'd want to put more shelving up in here. I might move that shelf over there when I can get that wall cleared. And let's put some normal home decorations or something up there, like pictures or something, on my clock. Anywho, I'm going to end the video here, because I've put my idea across. As I said, I'm open to ideas and opinions. I don't know how long it would take me to do any of this, because I'm on a budget. You know, I only get, what do they call it now, PIP and ESA, so I'm not sort of made of money, as they say, so I'd have to do it in stages. But the first stage would be buying some racking or shelving of some sort to put down in that shed. I don't need anything stupidly expensive, I just want something cheap. I might take a look on Amazon later. Got Amazon Prime, so I might as well use it. Actually, I have recently used it. Just going off subject a bit, I needed some hard drives for the computer because my gaming drive is actually nearly full. I never thought I would actually download so many indie games that would actually fill up a 500 gig hard drive. I thought I was such a light gamer, I'd only have like half a dozen or so games, but nope. I'm getting so into my indie games. I love indie games at the minute. I've filled that hard drive up, so I need more space. My brother said I should go on Amazon and get a couple of 2 terabyte drives for like 50-60 quid. So I bought 2. So I'm just waiting for them to arrive in the mail and I could swap all the data over and have plenty of room. I bought 2, so I could use the other one just for a general storage drive. A couple of Western Digitals. I won't use Seagates. I've had so many Seagates die on me between like 2 or 3 computers that I don't trust them anymore. It could be because they were old drives, I don't know, but at the moment I'm not very trusting of Seagate. Anyway, I digressed again. I'm going to end the video here. Any suggestions you might have, ideas, comments, whatever, down in the comments section below. And thanks a lot for watching. I will talk to you all again in the next video. Bye.